because I came to come back my study room after long day back.
I had been suffering fever for 7 days.
After recovering the fever, I got so weak,
So I could not talk anyone else with properly. So I have understood health is wealth because our happiness all depend on our health. So I will tell you my all viewers, be careful about your health and be faith in yourself and God.
but today I am feeling better.
So today I will discuss differentiability of a function. I have discussed in my earlier video uniform continuity, and today I will discuss differentiability of a function. Today my father's death anniversary day. I have dedicated this video for my father's happiness. Consider f be a function from R to R, and consider this is the graph of the function and this point be x, then we all of us know this is the point x fx. If we move right side, then this point would be x plus s, and consider this is the point q and this is the point p, and the coordinate of q would be, we all of us know, x plus s, f of x plus s. Okay, and if we move left side, then this at s distance, then this point would be x minus s, which cut the graph x minus s, f of x minus s. Consider this point as R. If we joined the point PQ, then this line would be second line, we all of us know this, and when Q approaches to P from the right side, then this second line would be the tangent at the point P. Okay, and similarly, if we join RP, then this would be second line, and if R approaches to P from the left side, then this second line would be same tangent line at the point P. And if the function is differentiable at the point P, that means there exists a unique tangent at the point P. And when Q approaches to P from the right side, then x plus a stands to x, and that implies a stands to 0. Okay? And the slope of the tangent of the function fx is called derivative of a function. We have studied in ACES, and we all of us know, if J be any interval f from J to R is differentiable at the point A, means limit x tends to a, f of x minus f of a over x minus a exists if the value of limit at the point A exists, then we can tell f is differentiable at the point A. Okay? Which we can write also as limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus f of a over h. Okay? This value is called as f prime a, which is called derivative of the function at the point A. And if the value of the limit exists and consider this value as lambda, that implies limit x tends to a fx minus f of x minus f of a over x minus a equal to lambda. Okay? And consider this is as a new function. Consider gx equal to f of x minus f of a over x minus a. This is, I have considered it as a new function. That means limit x tends to a gx equal to lambda, because I have considered it. Then by definition of limit we can tell for all epsilon greater than 0 there exists delta greater than 0 such that x belongs to the interval j. 0 absolute value of x minus a less than delta imply absolute value of gx minus lambda less than epsilon, and that imply absolute value of fx minus f of a over x minus a minus lambda less than epsilon. Okay? If f is differentiable at the point A, then absolute value of fx minus f of a over x minus a minus lambda always would be less than epsilon. Okay? Well, now consider x equal to a plus h, where a be the interval j, x be the interval j, and consider this is x and this is the fixed a. Then h would be equal to x minus a, which is in increment in the independent variable, because y equal to fx. Here y is dependent in x. Then f of a plus h minus f of a equal to increment in dependent variable. Okay? We all of us know it. Then absolute value of f of a plus h minus f of a divided by h minus lambda would be less than epsilon, and which is also imply absolute value of f of x minus f of a minus lambda x minus a less than epsilon x minus a, where for all epsilon greater than 0. And by this line we can tell fx is absolutely similar to f of a plus lambda times x minus a. And since here f of x is approximately equal to f of a plus lambda times x minus a, that means there exists an error, and this error is modulus of f of x minus f of a minus lambda times x minus a. This error always would be less than epsilon times x minus a. Okay? This is the geometrical interpolation of derivative of a function at a point. Okay? But all such functions, they may not have well-defined tangent. Analytically, it means there exists some function which is not differentiable at a certain point. As for example, consider f of x equal to modulus of x, where for all x belongs to real number. We all of us know graph of this function. This is the graph of the function y equal to mod x. Notice at the point 0, the function has a surface. That means we cannot draw unique tangent. There exist infinitely many tangents. So this function is not differentiable at the point 0. As definition, see, limit h tends to 0, f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 over h equal to limit h tends to 0 mod h minus f of 0 equal to, we all of us know here from this graph, 0 over h. And when h approaches to 0 from the right side, that means when limit h tends to 0 plus, then the value would be h, the functional value, over h, which is equal to 1. And when h approaches to 0 from the left side, that means limit h tends to 0 minus, then the value of the function would be minus h divided by h, which is equal to minus 1. And notice, this limiting value is not unique at the point 0. So, the function is not differentiable in mathematically at the point 0. Are you getting? Well, let's see other example. Consider the interval j equal to 0 infinity and consider f be a function from real line to real line, and the function is look like f of x equal to 1 over x. Consider a point a greater than 0. Now I will prove f is differentiable at the point a. Now we have to derive the value a prime a. We all of us know this value is minus 1 over a square, which I have done in class 12. But now I will verify the definition. The definition is, consider a function gx equal to fx minus f of a over x minus a, and we have to find limit x tends to a gx, this value. At first evaluate the absolute value f of x minus f of a, which is equal to 1 over x minus 1 over a, which is equal to modulus of a minus x divided by x. And here notice, then the value of gx would be f of x minus f of a over x minus a. That means this value a minus x over ax times 1 over x minus a, and this is equal to minus 1 over ax. And notice, g is continuous at the point a, and g of a equal to minus 1 over a square. Then limit x tends to a, g of x equal to minus 1 over a square. That means the function is differentiable at the point a and the value of the derivative is minus 1 over a square. And the definition is, epsilon delta definition is, for all epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0 such that absolute value of x minus a less than m delta imply absolute value of gx minus g of a less than epsilon. That imply absolute value of fx minus f of a over x minus a minus 1 over a square less than epsilon. This is the epsilon delta definition of differentiability. Okay? Well, now I will prove one nice theorem. Let f be a function from I to R and x0 be an element of I. The theorem is, if the function is differentiable at the point x0, then obviously f is continuous at the point x0. And the proof is, that means here given f is differentiable and we have to prove f is continuous at the point x0. That means we have to prove limit x tends to x0 f of x equal to f of x0, because we have to prove f is continuous at the point x0. Now we can write fx as f of x minus f of x0 over x minus x0. Here f of x equal to, that means multiply with x minus x0 plus f of x0. This is equal to f of x. Now take limit both sides of the equation. Then limit x tends to x0 f of x equal to limit x tends to x0 f of x minus f of x0 over x minus x0 times x minus x0 plus limit x tends to x0 f of x0. After putting the limit, we all of us know, since given the function is differentiable at the point x0, so this value is equal to f prime x0, and after applying the limit, this value would be 0 plus this value is all constant. That means this would be limit x tends to x0 f of x0 equal to just constant value. That means this is equal to 0 plus f of x0. Therefore, our proof has done. Limit x tends to x0 f of x equal to f of x0. Okay? That means from this line we can tell f is continuous at the point x0. Okay? That means if the function is differentiable at any arbitrary point, then f must be continuous at this point. Okay? Let's see one example. Determine all real value of a and b that ensure that f of x equal to ax plus b when x less than equal to 1 and tan pi x over 4 when 1 less than x less than 2. We have to prove this function is differentiable at the point x equal to 1. At first, assume f is differentiable at the point x equal to 1. So, that implies f is continuous, because differentiable means always the function is continuous at the point x equal to 1. That means since the function is continuous at the point x equal to 1, so f of 1 must be equal to limit x tends to 1 f of x. Okay? And here at the point 1, the value of fx equal to ax plus b. So f of 1 equal to a plus b. And the value of limit x tends to 1 f of x equal to, and notice the value of the function tan pi x over 4, limit x tends to 1 tan pi x over 4, and this value equal to 1. That means by this condition we can tell, since f is continuous at the point x equal to 1, so a plus b must be equal to 1. This is the one of the condition. Okay? Since I have assumed f is differentiable at the point x equal to 1, that means limit h tends to 0 plus f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 over h always equal to limit h tends to 0 minus f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 over h. Okay? That means h approaches to right hand side or at the point 0, and h approaches to left hand side at the point 0. The value will be same. Okay? Now let's see, at first verify limit h tends to 0 minus f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 over h. Okay? And notice when h approaches to 0 minus, that means x would be less than equal to 1, and for this value the value of the function is ax plus b. So this value would be limit h tends to 0 minus a 1 plus h plus b, and f of 1 equal to the value of the function at the point 1 ax plus b, that means a plus b, f of 1 equal to a plus b over h, and after calculating this value would be a. Now we have to find this limit. Limit h tends to 0 plus f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 over h. And here, since h approaches to right hand side of the 0 plus, that means here the functional value is greater than 1, and at the point this in this interval, since the functional value is tan pi x over 4, that means this value equal to limit h tends to 0 plus tan pi 1 plus h over 4, and f of 1 equal to, all of us know this value is a plus b over h. Okay, that means this is equal to limit h tends to 0 plus, and I have got a plus b equal to 1. Tan pi 1 plus h over 4 minus 1 over h. Okay, and notice this is the form of 0 by 0. So by L'Hospital rules, we can write it as pi by 4 sec square pi over 4 1 plus h over 1, and this is equal to, always will be pi over 2. Okay, since by these two condition, since f is differentiable, I have assumed at the point x equal to 1, that means these two value will be equal. That means a equal to pi over 2, a equal to pi over 2, and I have got a plus b equal to 1. Therefore b equal to 1 minus pi over 2, and our solution have done the value a equal to pi over 2 and b equal to 1 minus pi over 2. The function is differentiable at the point x equal to 1. Are you getting? This math is very important for any competitive exam. Okay? Well.